This is Energy Frontiers for the week, proudly supported by the African Energy Chamber. I am your anchor, Justina Okechukwu. Let's get started with some of the energy news making the headlines from around the continent. A Houston-based energy company, Valco, has concluded the purchase of Sweden's Svenska Petroleum Exploration for a total of $40.2 million. The deal gives Valco a stake in the deepwater producing Baobab field offshore Ivory Coast in West Africa. BW Energy has secured a 10-year, $150 million deal with Mincheng Financial Leasing for their Mabomo production facility off the coast of Gabon. The deal frees up to $110 million for BW Energy to invest in further developing its oil and gas projects in the Central African economy. The National Petroleum Corporation of Namibia, also known as NAMCOR, has signed a farm-out agreement with Chevron Namibia Exploration, which gives the U.S. oil major an 80% operating working interest in the Petroleum Exploration License 82 offshore the southern African country. Royal Dutch Shell, in its first quarter adjusted earnings of 2024, reported a $7.73 billion profit and beating market expectations on the back of strong oil trading and higher refining margins. An Africa-focused transitional energy group by the name Chariot Energy reported that drilling operations have commenced at the Lucas onshore license in Morocco with the spud of the RZK-1 well on the Gofferet prospect. Amir Power, a renewables developer based in Dubai, have teamed up with local partners to secure a power purchase agreement with the Southern African utility giant Eskom for a 120 megawatt solar park project in the northwest province of the country. And that's the summary of your energy news headlines. When Energy Frontiers returns, we turn our focus to the special meeting of the World Economic Forum held in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Welcome back. The two-day special meetings of the World Economic Forum held last week in Saudi Arabia was focused on global collaboration, growth, and energy for development. A key point on the agenda of the high-profile event was the challenges relating to the gap in the global energy transition agenda and what potential opportunities and strategies are required by energy leaders as they confront complex geopolitical dynamics. Here are excerpts from the forum.
I believe sincerely that with these new tools, and I'm talking about important oil discoveries in Niger and important gas discoveries in Mauritania and Senegal, this will help give a new impetus to their national development. And when you talk about new possibilities for a new momentum to national development, you will be fighting directly or indirectly in this area of the Sahel. The president of Nigeria was talking about so wisely this morning. You will be contributing to fighting terrorism in the area, international crime in the area, illegal immigration in the area. Those are tools that can be, so you have and you must include all these parameters in the definition of your global position on oil and gas and on the global transition to a new system of energy.
And there's no way you would tell me that Europe is demanding for additional gas from Algeria. And Algeria had a duty both economically and on humanitarian grounds to also supply Europe. And, what is more worrisome to us in Africa is that Is there any country that's actually slowing down in this era of oil and gas production? In this era of transition, is there any country that is slowing down in terms of fossil fuel production? America is the highest producer of fossil fuel today. Both gas and oil are the highest producers. Britain just gave about 100 licenses sometime last year for new explorations in the North Sea. Norway is ramping up. No country is slowing down. The only countries that are asked to stop and perhaps slow down are the countries in Africa. And why are they doing so? Because we have limited access to forex. We have limited access to capex. And so at the African level, I think that we need to also come together so that we can find a common solution within the African continent to solve our problems.
Be it as it may, I think we should also be conscious of the fact that the energy challenge is so big, because we're talking about AI, data centers, the amount of electricity that will be required, the electrification itself, and the component of the electrification, which would require also hydrocarbons, including plastic and what have you. My point, simply said, the world now and the world in the future will require every molecule. Let's work together comprehensively to make sure that these molecules will be clean molecules or electrons that will be also clean electrons. The world needs all of the above.
Coming up, we get first-hand insights into key takeaways from the Namibia International Energy Conference. This is Energy Frontiers.
We are done dreaming of an industrialized Africa. No more enduring long journeys in darkness. No more imagining life without constant power. We are done. We are done. Done tolerating 24 hours without power, load shedding, blackouts, and power cuts. Enough. Imagine a life where our abundant natural resources can't power a generation. We can't cope with that reality. 600 million Africans still lack access to power. We have the solution. It's time to turn imagination into action. African Energy Week 2024 is the platform to implement change, sign deals, and take decisive action. And implement. Join us. Invest in African energies. Energy growth through an enabling environment, and be part of the movement that brings hope to millions across the continent. It's not just about power. It's about empowering lives and giving African hope. Be there to witness the transformation. African Energy Week 2024, where imagination becomes reality. Secure your seat now. Don't miss out on African Energy Week 2024. Visit our website and buy your tickets today. Let's light up Africa and create a brighter future together.
Project. At the time you need to build that project. Sign, baby, sign.
Welcome back to the program. Selma Shitukweni is the CEO of Reach Africa Consultancy and convener of the 2024 Namibia International Energy Conference, where delegates from 46 countries gathered to discuss the exciting developments in Namibia's energy sector and reimagine the possibilities for the region and its citizens. In an interview chat, Selma shared with me some of the key takeaways from the conference and more. Here's an excerpt of our conversation.
We had a very successful event last week. I think maybe first of all, I should start off with the theme of the conference, which is rather bold, which is Reimagine Resource-Rich Namibia, Turning Possibilities into Prosperity. And we had, more than 750 people from 46 countries attend the event. And there were a number of great takeaways. I think one of the key issues raised at the conference is how to cultivate and promote local content, which has been named Namibian content. So there was a lot of companies were sharing, how they, execute local content in other producing nations. and strategies on how Namibia can go about it. And also from the government side, they shared their intent in terms of seeing the participation of Namibians in the energy sector, and that there's a draft local content policy that's in place. So that's one of the key main takeaways around education and human capital development. The other key takeaway is the exciting prospectivity in terms of geology of the country. There's been, as you know, a couple of discoveries in the oil and gas industry, and there's many other companies embarking on the journey of exploration, and they're feeling very optimistic about it. Also, from the renewable point of view, Namibia is very, it's all about the energy mix. So the country is looking at leveraging the oil and gas as well as renewables as a catalyst for development. So there's also been a lot of interesting updates in the renewable energy space in terms of our potential. Another key takeaway is that Namibia is on the cusp of an energy boom. And, that comes with different kinds of conversations, whether it is infrastructure, do we have the infrastructure to support this new industry? And so we also heard, from the CEOs of our port authorities, also from our NAMPO, Namibia Power Generation company, the national one, in terms of energy master planning for the region. And also I think what stood out the most was Namibia's growing importance in terms of the regional, the regional aspects. Namibia's role in contributing to the energy deficits in the SADC region as well.
Okay, right. That was a bold one. That was a very ambitious one you had there. Now, there were a number of key partnerships and agreements that were signed during the conference. What were the key, which ones stood out for you during and after the conference?
Definitely, partnerships is at the heart of the platform. And one of the key partnerships that stood out was Chevron signed a strategic agreement with NAMCO, our National Petroleum Corporation, to explore a block in the Walvis Bay Basin. Also, Halliburton and Rhino Resources also signed at the conference a strategic agreement around drilling. And those are the ones that I'm aware of. I'm sure more stemmed from the platform. Also, just I think on a softer side of things, we launched the Future Energy Leaders Legacy Program at the conference as well, which was sponsored by Subsea. Those are the many different kinds of partnerships launched at the conference, but those are the ones that stood out to me most.
Still in Namibia, an Antwerp-based shipping company, Compagnie Maritime Belge, says plans are on track to launch Namibia's first ever green hydrogen production facility by the end of this year. The multi-year project is expected to see a total investment of $3.5 billion, or roughly 65 billion South African rand, over the next 5 years. Speaking at the inauguration of the Clean Energy Solutions Namibia site, Namibia's Green Hydrogen Commissioner, James Minokwe, spoke on the significance of this project for the economy.
And the truth of the matter is, today, the Green Hydrogen Program, which of course is an initiative that is under the Ministry of Mines and Energy, are tracking various hydrogen projects across the country. There are 9 in total that are being developed that we are tracking. And to date, more than 400 jobs have indeed already been created across these various sectors. As an economic advisor to the president, we of course really are following the footsteps of our leaders. And when we talk about these industries, which of course range from the production of ammonia itself, the production of hydrogen, in Governor Neville's region, we're also going to be producing direct reduced iron. We're going to start bunkering shipping fuel. When you look at all these new activities, they're all coming from the secondary sector. I would like to say that we stand on the giants of the forefathers that have come before us. And on those shoulders, we're going to build a mighty, proud, and brave Namibia in partnership with intentional partners that we have selected from targeted economic diplomacy, such as Belgium.
As we wrap up the show, be a part of Africa's booming energy sector. Mark your calendar for the African Energy Week 2024 Summit, scheduled for November in Cape Town, South Africa. The CEO of Angola's national oil company, Sonangol, Sebastião Gaspar Martins, will participate as a speaker at this year's event to promote the country's hydrocarbon industry. So this is your chance to network with industry leaders and decision makers, witness groundbreaking deals and partnership, and explore cutting-edge solutions driving the energy transition. Visit the event website at www.aecweek.com to learn more. And that's the package of Energy Frontiers for you at this time. We appreciate your making the time to watch the show as always. Remember to follow the program on Frontier Africa Reports website, like all of the video editions, send in your comments, and subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us as well as across all our social media handles as indicated on the screen. I am Justina Okechukwu. Bye-bye.